Who won the 2020 election?
Senator, under our Constitution, the Electoral College votes for the president, and then that is certified by Congress. And in 2020, President Biden was certified by the electoral.
Yeah, that's not my question. Who won the election?
Did you catch this moment? A sitting U.S. Senator repeatedly demands a simple answer: who won the 2020 election? And instead of playing along, these judicial nominees refuse to give the politically expected response. What happens next is tense, revealing, and honestly, pretty telling about where our institutions stand right now. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you care about honest breakdowns of what's really happening in American politics, you're in the right place. Let's break this down.
I believe you're up.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for your service. Ms. Westerkamp, who won the 2020 election?
Senator, under our Constitution, the Electoral College votes for the president, and then that is certified by Congress. And in 2020, President Biden was certified by the electoral.
Yeah, that's not my question. Who won the election?
And again, Senator, under our Constitution, and it's actually.
Oh, you know, I know who was certified, and I know what you think of certification because you tweeted on January 6th in a post saying, in reference to the 2020 election results, a certified lie is still a lie. I'm asking you, who won the 2020 election? Let me make it more specific. Who won the popular vote?
Again, Senator, under our Constitution, what matters is who the Electoral College votes as.
But I'm not asking you for what the Constitution says. I'm asking you for your view factually. And frankly, we've received this kind of canned, ridiculous answer before, as you know, because you were instructed to give this answer, right?
Senator, I am speaking to what the Constitution, under our Constitution again, and that is actually Article 2,
Let me
as well
ask you
as.
this.
So in this hearing, Richard Blumenthal takes center stage, questioning several judicial nominees. And right out of the gate, he goes straight for the headline question: who won the 2020 election? Now, you'd expect a straightforward exchange, but that's not what happens. Instead, the first nominee gives a procedural answer, explaining how the Electoral College works and how Congress certifies the results. Technically correct, but not what Blumenthal is asking for. He pushes again and again and again. But here's where it gets interesting. The nominees don't take the bait. They stick to constitutional language. They stay disciplined. They avoid stepping into what is clearly a political trap disguised as a factual question. And you can see the frustration building. Blumenthal even brings up a past statement from one nominee, trying to corner her into a contradiction. Still, she doesn't break. She goes right back to the constitutional process. Now pause for a second, because this is the key moment.
Who won the 2024 election?
In the 2024 election, again, the Electoral College voted for President Trump, and then the Congress also certified President Trump as the winner of the.
Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election?
Senator, that goes back again to, under our Constitution, the methodology is set forth in Article 2.
Let's try another question, Ms. Westerkamp. Was the United States Capitol attacked on January 6th, 2021?
Senator, again, I condemn all of the violence that occurred on January 6th.
Okay, we're not going to get an answer from you. And let me try Ms. Clark. Ms. Clark, who won the 2020 election?
Senator, under our Constitution, the mechanism for electing a president
I am amazed. I am just amazed by the insult to this committee of witness after witness seeking to be a federal judge, subverting our Constitution, and showing how you have no independence, which is essential to a federal judge. Ms. Lane, who won the 2020 election?
Apologies. Again, Senator, the Constitution outlines the process, and as a judicial nominee, I'm here to talk about what the Constitution requires, which is an electoral vote and certification by Congress. And in 2020,
Okay, who won the election?
President Biden.
Mr. Rickey, who won the 2020 election?
Senator, as my colleagues have stated, the process we have under the Constitution is a vote by the Electoral College, followed by certification.
Was the Capitol attacked, Mr. Rickey, on January 6th?
There was violence that occurred here on January 6th, Senator.
Was the Capitol attacked?
I would just say, Senator, there was violence that occurred here on that date.
You've seen videos of what happened.
Yes, Senator, I have.
Was the Capitol attacked?
Again, Senator, I say
Ms. Lane, was the Capitol attacked?
Senator, the characterization of January 6th is subject to ongoing controversy and debate, and as a nominee, it would be inappropriate for me to characterize it.
Ms. Clark, who won the 2024 election?
Senator, under the process set out by the Constitution, the Electoral College elects the president, and it's sort of the
Can you
president.
pull that mic a little closer, please?
And the Electoral College elects the president. And
You know, the answers here, which obviously are canned.
When asked about the 2024 election, the nominee clearly states that Donald Trump won based on certification, no hesitation, no dodging. So what's the difference here? It's not confusion, it's caution. These nominees understand that anything beyond stating the legal process could be interpreted as political positioning, and for a federal judge, that's exactly what you're supposed to avoid. Then the questioning shifts to January 6th. Blumenthal asks directly, was the Capitol attacked? Again, the nominees condemn violence, clearly and consistently, but avoid using politically loaded terms. They choose careful language like violence occurred instead of adopting a specific narrative label. And this is where Blumenthal really loses patience.
They're pre-rehearsed. They're Orwellian in their denial of reality. And they are a subversion of this process. They're an insult to this committee, but they also fundamentally show a complete lack of independence and backbone and impartiality, which are the fundamental requirements of a United States District Court judge or a judge on any panel, Ms. Westerkamp. And I'm a little bit disappointed that you're not more original, that you can't think of a few different words. I'm just amazed. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
He starts calling the responses canned, pre-rehearsed, even Orwellian. He accuses the nominees of lacking independence. But here's the irony. From another perspective, what we're actually seeing is restraint, judicial discipline, a refusal to engage in political framing during a confirmation hearing. One nominee eventually does say plainly that Joe Biden won the 2020 election, but by that point, the broader pattern is already clear. Most of these nominees are drawing a line. They will describe the law, the process, and the constitutional framework, but they won't be pushed into political declarations, and that raises a bigger question for all of us. Do we want judges who react to political pressure in the moment, or judges who stick rigidly to legal principles, even when it's uncomfortable? Because what you saw in this hearing wasn't just a clash over a question. It was a clash over what judicial independence actually looks like in today's political climate. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think these nominees showed strength by holding the line, or should they have just answered directly and moved on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more breakdowns like this, real moments, real analysis, no spin, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Because the next hearing, the next clash, the next political showdown, it's already around the corner.